This interview is brought to you by the Pro Fight Shop in Hollywood. Radio Rahim with Chris Arreola. Chris, you know, we're here. Obviously, you're going to be fighting Seth Mitchell. First of all, tell me how this fight came about.
You know what, honestly, I just got a phone call from Henry. He says, hey, you want to fight Seth? I'm like, fuck yeah, I want to fight Seth. That's it. Plain and simple. They just asked me, and I said, hell yeah.
Now, obviously, Seth is one of the guys that have been being built up. He's on the come up. You've been around a long time. How long have you had your eye on him?
You know what, I've really never had my eye on him. I just seen him fight a lot, and to me, I thought it was a mockery. To me, it was disrespectful to me. I thought like a football player to come to boxing, like, come on now. So that's an added incentive right there in its own. So
you don't really respect his skills. You think that him being a football player somehow disrespects the game?
It disrespects the game a lot, especially, you know, someone that comes in and trains X amount of years a year, and they're going to say they're going to be a pro boxer and just come out and do what he's doing. He's done good. Don't get me wrong. He's done good, but I just got to show him that boxing in the game. You don't play boxing. There's no timeouts. There's no calling the coach. There's no option. There's no nothing. It's only me and him.
Now, interestingly enough, the both of you are coming off pretty upset losses. You haven't had a chance to avenge your loss. You haven't had the rematch with Severn. Why did you choose this fight over trying to make that rematch?
You know, first of all, because the Severn fight, that was an eliminator. And, of course, Severn doesn't want to fight me right now because he's still waiting for Klitschko. And why not get the number 2 guy? Seth Mitchell's number 2, I'm number 3. So might as well make that fight happen, and it's a good fight. It's a good fight for fans to watch.
Now, I didn't get a chance to talk to you. I was at that fight, after the fight. Can we just revisit what happened there in the ring? Were you surprised, first of all, at his stamina and his ability to hang in there with you?
Honestly, I was winning the fight. First 2 rounds, I was winning. Third round, I was kind of cruising. And because I was cruising and being like Lajadet, just throwing a lazy jab, he came right over that right hand, and it crushed me. It crushed my nose. It broke in 4 different places, if you could believe that. So once my nose was broken, you know, all bets were off, man. My game plan was out the window. You know, I'm a fighter that's going to come bring the fight. I'm a fighter that's, like in Spanish, we call it like a fajador. I'm in them guts, and I couldn't do it because every punch was the most excruciating pain I've ever been in. I remember like getting punched, and I just felt it through my brain. And his stamina was good. It was decent. My stamina could have been better, but it is what it is. You know, I can't take nothing from him. He won that fight the way he was supposed to, and my respects go out to him. And hopefully, you know, I get a rematch with him after I fight Seth Mitchell.
You've been around a long time. You've come through adversity before. You've actually had your fight with the Klitschko, with Vitali. This time, when that fight was over, people were writing your obituary career-wise. What made you decide that you wanted to come back and you still had more to do in the ring?
Because I do. You know I have a lot to offer. I know I'm in boxing to be a world heavyweight champion. That's why I'm in boxing. I'm in boxing to be a champion. And I said it before and I said it again. If Seth Mitchell beats me in this fight, I will contemplate retirement because I'm not just a notch in someone's belt. That's not me. I'm not a gatekeeper. I'm a person that's gonna fight for a world title. I'm not fighting for a paycheck. Fuck a paycheck. I'm fighting for my honor. I'm fighting to make history.
Now, you're right about that. With both having recent losses, it does seem like whoever loses this fight is going to have to go way back down to the bottom of the totem pole, or at least back to the drawing board. If you're able to win this fight, then are you looking again to build back up to another fight with Vitali, or where is this in for you? Like, how do you see your path?
World title. That's all it is. That's my mindset, is to be a world champion. That's what I want to be. Like I said, I'm number 3. I'm fighting number 2, and if Vitali doesn't come back, you know, Severn's gonna have to fight me after I beat Seth Mitchell. So we're gonna have to make that rematch happen.
Now, turning to the strategy in the ring against Seth, when you've seen his fights previously, you've already said that he's a football player, not a fighter. What kind of holes do you see in his fight game that only a true fighter would be able to expose?
You know, the thing about me is I'm a smart fighter, whether people believe it or not. I've been fighting since I was 7 years old. Over 20-some years of boxing, man. I know a lot of tricks of the trade that, you know, I'm sure he doesn't know how to use. So I'm going to utilize every single little trick that I know in order for him to make him look dumb.
You know, you're fighting a Golden Boy fighter now. Like I said, he's clearly one of the fighters that they're building in the heavyweight division. Are you at all concerned that you say you're not a stepping stone, but it seems like this is the kind of stepping stone they want to put in front of him? This is the role that you're in right now. How do you feel about that?
you know what, I put this upon myself. So in order for me to get out this, I have to take care of Seth Mitchell this Saturday.
Can you give me a prediction? How do you think this fight's going to go? In other words, you know,
it's not going the distance. That's just it. It's not going the distance at all.
You feel like you'll need a knockout to...
I don't need a knockout. I don't need a knockout. I got to win. But the shape that I'm in, the strength that I have, the combinations I could throw, and especially he thinks that I don't know how to box. He's sorely mistaken. I have over 130 amateur fights. You know, I fought a lot of world-class fighters. I sparred with a lot of world-class fighters. So I know it ain't gonna end pretty. That's all I gotta say.
And lastly, when I was there at that Severn fight, the crowd was rocking for you. You obviously have a huge fan base that is dedicated and loyal. Why should they come out for this fight? What should they expect to see Saturday night from Chris Arreola?
Action-packed fight. As you can see, I'm in shape. I went to Phoenix to get in shape for this fight. I didn't want to give Seth Mitchell no opportunity to beat me, none whatsoever. So I'm in shape. I'm in shape to go full 12 rounds, but I'm going to make him work every second of every minute of every round.
Radio Rahim with Chris Arreola. Good luck on